Hello, my name is Kujansuu. I'm a development engineer from Skanska, Finland. I'm here to present our study on how does Takt Production contribute to trade flow in construction. Here's something about the background and the positive effects of Takt Production. Takt Production has gained and increased attention inside the leading construction community for the past decade. Several case studies have shown that implementing Takt has positive effects on construction production, increasing flow by decreasing various types of waste. And about the research gap, the effects on the flow of the trades. The purpose of this study is to gain a better understanding of how implementing Takt Production, which heavily focuses on improving the flow of processes, affects the flow of the trades. In Takt Production, it focuses on the processes flow by utilizing capacity buffers instead of traditionally preferred time and space. Therefore, Takt should enable better process flow by minimizing work in progress. It may simultaneously reduce workers' efficiency. Takt Production has been reported as causing an unnecessary sense of urgency and stress for the workers, as well as unoptimized resource usage, with simulations showing an excess of waiting hours for workers. However, as recent case studies have also demonstrated an increased transparency with better workers' efficiency, these findings appear to be contradictory. Therefore, there is a need for further study, and this study aims to answer the following question: how does implementing Takt Production impact the trade flow? For this study, we formulated 6 propositions to help us go through the case study and evaluate the Takt Production effects on the flow. These propositions were formed based on literature review. For the proposition 1, a Takt Production enables a more organized working environment, and therefore Takt Production decreases unnecessary movement. For proposition 2, Takt Production gives workers a transparent view of production and therefore a better understanding on what's happening. And thus, Takt Production decreases inefficient work. For proposition 3, Takt Production increases the space utilization rate, decreasing the amount of time when location progress waits for the workers, and therefore Takt Production decreases waiting time. For proposition 4, in Takt Production, the production can be planned to flow at a constant rate, and therefore Takt Production decreases overproduction. For the proposition 5, in Takt Production, control of production is often precise and fast-paced. Minimized time and space buffers show variation between production immediately. This leads to identifying defects related to the production early, and therefore Takt Production reduces defects. For proposition 6, a well-planned and controlled Takt Production decreases variability, and it thus increases the stability of the production. And the decline of variability in production decreases the waste of making do, and therefore Takt Production decreases making do. These propositions were then evaluated in light of a case study. And here's about the research method and the case study that we had. So we had a single case study. The case project was 40,000 square meter multi-story office building in Helsinki, Finland. Takt Production plan for this interior phase was planned based on the 6-step method by Franz and al. From 2013. The project used a 5-day Takt. The floors were divided into 3 Takt areas divided in functionalities. So there were the open office in yellow, offices in blue, and the corridors in red. The case was the first Takt Production project for the general contractor and the trade partners. And for the data collection for this study, a site observation with continuous video camera documentation was done in these corridor areas where 650 hours of video material was comprehended. Also, an observation of project documents, including production tracking, was done, and 9 semi-structured interviews regarding the general contractor and trade partners was conducted. And then for the results and analysis, for the first 3 propositions: Takt Production decreases unnecessary movement, Takt Production decreases inefficient work, and Takt Production might reduce waiting time. This could be evaluated in a way of found interruptions during the video recording period. It was shown that in the beginning of the video recordings, multiple interruptions were detected, and they were founded in 3 different classes. There were another trades in a way, there was also material in the way, as well as wrong trade sequence. But what was seen that during the first 3 weeks, most of the interruptions happened during that time. For example, the 80% of the another trade in the way, and also the 73% of the material in the way was found in the first 3 weeks. And later on, the interruption decreased as the production stabilized. And then for the production tracking and the video recording, overproduction was noticed in the beginning when a couple of trades produced more than planned. And therefore, the proposition for Takt Production decreases overproduction. It was shown that the overproduction decreased during time, and after the production got more stabilized, and as the interruptions and the overproduction decreased, a positive effect on making do was also noticed. And then for the discussion part, the support for the propositions 1 through 4 were apparent, because as soon as the production turned stable and the general contractor and trade partners were able to work in a more transparent way with more trust in each other, the support was found for these. Support for proposition 5 was never determined. During the recording period, no defects or go back work was documented, and the observation of documents as well as the interviews did not give any feedback regarding this. But for the possibility of decreasing making do waste with Takt Production, it was strongly supported by the observation results of spaces being overcrowded in the beginning as well as with the interviews. We found that this kind of behavior can be controlled with Takt Production, and therefore it supports the proposition 6 strongly. Therefore, the conclusion of future research, a support was found for the positive effects on trade flow through the use of Takt Production. And the positive effects on trade flow were based on the more structured way of production and the transparency and trust between the general contractor and the trades. It also seems that even though Takt Production fundamentally focuses on increasing the flow of processes, it also contributes positively on the flow of the trades, and therefore we got a positive answer on our research question that Takt Production also positively affects the flow of the trades. There is still a need for a more comprehensive study regarding the effects of Takt Production on trade flow. We see that a comparison between the trade flow on Takt Production and traditional construction projects would be beneficial, and a more information knowledge about the needs and restrictions regarding the flow of the trades could be studied from the viewpoint of a portfolio flow of the trades introduced by Sachs in 2016. Thank you.